I am Izzy Noodles, welcome back to the concluding part of Accessing. Let's wrap up this snowy expedition. So last time I just got this gate open, so now we can head inside. Over in the corner we have some items inside this barrel. So shoot that for some shotgun shells and some Uzi clips. And the objective right now is to get this trapdoor open, so we're going to drop on down there, we just need to get that open. So there is this big crack in the ledge that you can use to shimmy on over to that high space. So grab it this side and just shimmy over. Keep on going. Okay, and once you finally get here, climb inside the gap and crawl on through to the end. Okay, so drop down into this room. And all that's in here is this lever, so this is what's going to open that trapdoor. And fun fact, the room that's through the bars there, we will be visiting later on. So now to get out of here, just turn around and grab the monkey bars to grab the crawl space again. There we go. Awesome, and just drop on down. So do be careful here now that we have opened this. You don't want to drop straight on down because that's quite a drop. We do need to fill that with water. So there's a few slopes just underneath. You need to just drop down from this side over here. So the fake grab is the easiest way. All the other sides are sloped. So just a fake grab, or you can like run off the other side with a grab, run forward into this gap. It's not too tricky, but you need to kind of think outside the box. I don't know if any original Tomb Raiders actually force you to do a fake grab. But anyway, then just pull this lever. And there we go, that's filled the space with water. So now we can drop straight on down safely. So I did show you this room from the other side of this gate just here. So you may think it looks familiar, that's because I showed you from that gate. So do not go and step on that flooring over there where the electricity is. That will make Lara die. You'll burst into a ball of flames. So at the moment I need to climb up the south side, that's north. So the other side, it needs to be the south first. I'm going to go back up to the space where I pulled the lever, straight up above. So I can't actually hop and jump around up there because of the slopes. So close to the top, not at the very top, but make sure you've got the headroom to bounce over to here and then pull this lever. So if I can just quick show you, that's opened a gate straight ahead, so that is on the north side. So now I can go and pull that lever. If you want, you can slide into the water. It really doesn't matter how you get back down. Oh, and one item I have actually forgotten to pick up down here is this mirror stand. So don't leave without that. So this is north, so now we can come up this way because I've opened the gate. Okay, all the way over here, pull this lever. And that has dropped a trapdoor, so I did show you that before. So heading back down, I recommend you take the ladder this time because we've spawned an enemy. So just linger back here because it spawns on the electrical flooring, so you do not want it to be on that flooring. And do be careful of these flame pots because, whoops, they will set you on fire. Try and get out without getting hit. Near enough. Okay, so yeah, this guy is kind of funny looking. Not really sure what happened to him. Okay, so once he is down, he drops a key. This is why you don't want him on that flooring, because you'll not be able to pick this up. So if you didn't yet pick up... Oh my goodness, I fell again. If you didn't yet pick up the mirror stand that's in the water, do that now, because we are completely done in this room, so we can use the key to leave. Okay, and we will be back in a familiar spot. So I did show you this area from the other side of the gate, so I've pulled that lever. We have been here before. Okay, back inside this way, and I'm now going to go to that trapdoor that I've just opened. There we go, straight up here. And careful how you grab this, it's a relatively long drop. There we go. And then just make your way all the way to the bottom. I thought she wasn't going to grab then. Okay, and follow the passage. So it looks like this might be opening, but we're not opening this. So if you look outside, that's actually the bridge over the cold water. Come into here, pull this lever. So you might think that's going to open that looks like a gate, but it's not a gate. That's not what I've done. So before heading out, just grab this Medpack. And I can show you what that has done from here. We can't access it from here, but I can show you out of the window. Okay, so spot the difference. The gate above the waterfall across the way is now open. So I am heading straight there. So to get out, easy peasy. It's a little kind of confusing, like why does the ladder not go all the way down, but just do some easy hotsome jumps. Awesome, and then head outside. Whoops, I missed the turn. Okay, so to get across there, we can use the monkey bars. There we go. Ooh, I didn't mean to hop back. Thank goodness there wasn't a ledge behind. Okay, so to get down to the waterfall, just let's have a cautionary save just in case. Okay, so just drop on down and you can grab this and shimmy around. Just make sure you are completely around the corners before letting go, because you might just end up sliding, hitting the slope and sliding. So there we go. And then come on in and under this crawl space. Okay, so here we are. So I showed you the view of this room from the other side of the bars just there. We can move this skeleton out of the way and grab this first Hand of Sirius. Okay, and before leaving, just come over here and grab this Medpack. And be sure to pull this lever. So, not showing us what it's done again. This level can be a bit confusing, a bit back and forth, if you don't know what's just happened especially. But that's opened the double doors that's just outside. Okay, so getting out, do be careful you don't fall, but if you do, that's fine, because there are the vines in the corner that I discovered while recording. Slightly embarrassing, but that's fine, that's okay. I'm not even bothered. I am, but I'm telling myself that I'm not. So, coming back up here again, I'm going to have to use the monkey bars again. Okay, so I can now show you properly that those double doors are open. Oh, bit of lag, sorry about that. Awesome, so now come on in. So I'm gonna pick another weapon. Let's go with the oozes again. I have a bit more ammo now. We will get a very annoying camera angle. It's not even important. And it's very annoying because there will be a gunman. That's kind of why I've chosen to equip some weapons. So come on forward. When she starts aiming, just shoot. There we go. Just get him down. And I did show you this room from this angle. So this is where I shot 2 gunmen. If you happen to notice, there was a well over here. Somewhere roundabout. You can't actually see it from here. There's a lot of foliage. But I showed you this room from out here. So there's no items to pick up, so continue through. Okay, and in this room we are going to get the first Eye of Abyss piece. So that is right up there. We've got some hops and jumps to do to get up there. So if you're playing a newer version by chance, this ledge above me was actually kind of slanted in one corner, and you can just easily hop up straight up to there and grab that. But that's been amended. So I will show you how you are supposed to get up there without cheating. So let's have a save. So heading to the, actually there is a, I forgot there is a Medpack in the water. I'll grab that now. So right under here, and also it will allow me to show you how to get back up if you happen to fall in the water. So pretty easy, just climb on out, and then just on this side you can hop straight up. Okay, so yeah, here we go. Let's hop over to these vines. Okay, and behind me there is a ladder, so just run and jump to that. There we go. And yet again, I showed you this room from the other side of these bars. I pulled the lever and I exited using the monkey bars. Fun fact. But anyway, just continue all the way around this pillar. And just in the corner where the plant is where I'm heading. Okay, just hop back. There we go. So there is this jump switch just here. This is a really strange kind of jump switch. So let me grab it. And if I just show you what that's done, that has raised the platform just by the fire. But this kind of looks like it's timed. It's not. Trust me, it's not timed. So that's just all reset. And it looks like it's timed. But you can just make your way around and that will all be up and ready to go by the time you get there. So that's how we're heading over to that ledge. So, yep, just head back again, all the way back around. So from here, make sure this bar at the bottom of these, the window bars, so make sure the horizontal bar is between Lara's hands and feet, so it kind of lines up with her abdomen. And from here, hop back with a grab to grab this. Okay. And then easy jump to here. And you can see that platform's up, so that's not going anywhere. And you'll just need to time your jump. I do find the half tile jump a little better here because you don't get nearly as much distance as you do with a full tile running jump. So sometimes that's why I opt for the half tile running jump. It's not the space that I'm standing on, but the gap I need to jump to. So yeah, it's going to be hard to judge, but watch for the light against the walls. That was a little soon, but I knew I could make it. There we go. So it is doable with a full tile running jump. Just got to be careful how you jump off that platform. Awesome, so once you have this, that gate has opened up and you can move on. Okay, ignore the passage there, it's not a passage, so take the next right. Continue swimming, so just here, this is the exit. There is a gate there we need to open first though. So continue along, just here at these plants we have a T-junction, so to the right is the way to go to open the gate, but to the left is a secret, so let's go get that now. I don't think I can make a video without interruptions anymore. Okay, here we go, so just in this barrel, just using the Uzis just because there is just a Medpack, so there we go. Easy secret. So I'm now heading through this next passage. So this section can seem just a bit confusing. It looks like there's a lot to do when actually there's not. So grab the vines just here, climb on up. Okay, it kind of almost seems like the end of the level with this music, but it's not. Okay, so just a heads up that this water is cold water. If you get into the deep end, then you'll need to get out pretty quick, but you don't need to go over there anyway. So if you look around, you might be able to figure out there's a hole right here. There we go, and inside is the lever. Easy. It just seems like you need to go and explore a lot. So you just saw through that, the window as well. That's actually that room where I just opened the gate. So careful dropping down, you can potentially take some damage if you fall in the wrong spot. Okay, gonna, how much ammo? Oh, no, 2 Uzi ammo. So I'm gonna swap back to my pistols because there is a leopard in this room. It doesn't tend to come here. It can come here, but you're pretty safe just staying on that spot. So no items to grab, just head straight on through, and we have some kind of tricky jumps that we're gonna be doing now. So of course these ones aren't so bad. Awesome. So up here we are above the area with the cold water that I just pointed out that I did not go in. So not easy to spot where we're heading to, but I'm heading to that triangular tile space next to the grass. There we go, and then you can do an easy standing jump over to here. And next over to this brown stone tile. Okay, so this is kind of tricky to do in a way. It's not that bad, but this water is cold. That's why it gets a little tricky. You just need some practice, some patience and some practice. So I am now heading over to that tile space there. That's actually half sloped, so you need to be on the right hand side of that tile. Okay, and from here we need to raise a platform that's just right around the corner, and I need to go down into that hole just there to do that. So getting in is pretty darn easy. Getting out is where you might start losing it. So just, you know, I'm not going to save it here, I'll save it on the way out. So just easy head on in. Oh, lag again, I do apologise. My PC seems to struggle these days. So there we go, into this room. And you can just see there is the next gemstone we need to find, the next Hand of Sirius, but we cannot pull up out of the water here. So that's not why we're here. We're here to pull this lever. So as I've said, this will raise a platform to allow us to get around, to allow us to navigate the cold water. So once you get out of here, you'll just need to kind of try and swim to the right, like sort of back the way you came so you can get out of the water. So it can be kind of tricky and fiddly. Okay, this away. So it's not that hard, but you can get stuck and fumble a lot. There we go, to here again, and next I'm going to hit that slope to land in the window ledge. And right there is the platform that I've just raised up. Ooh. Somehow I veered, I'm not sure how I did that. Okay, here we go, and there is a bit of a tricky jump to do here because you need to hit the slope to grab the monkey bars. And well, you can kind of keep getting stuck between the two slopes here. This is a V-shaped slope right in front of me. And you can even potentially end up back in the water, so you got to be careful there. So the easiest way I find to grab the monkey bars is don't be too close to the wall, but jump forward with a twist and grab. So it's not 100% successful, you just got to find the right spot. I'm failing a lot more than usual. Laura. At least I'm not sliding around. Whoops. Why you no grab, Lara? What are you playing at? Oops, again, I forgot to jump off. There we go. So not as easy as you think it's gonna be. And the next jumps coming up are also kind of annoying. Or at least I find them slightly annoying. Everyone else might be like, what's the problem? Easy peasy. Okay, so straight up to here, the next jump is going to be up to there, but it just feels like a blind jump, so that's why I do end up failing this a lot. This camera angle is distracting. And she won't move, so that's also another thing. So I didn't have enough turn. There we go. And this one feels like it's not so bad, but if you fall, then it's a longer way down. So just grabbing that ledge. There we go. Easy peasy. And quickly choosing another weapon. Let's go with the shotgun, because there is this gunman behind the tree. Okay. And now it's not too clear where we're heading to next. So if I just look down here, I'm not going to slide down here, you do not need to go down here. But if I just show you, this was the starting area. So what looks like a white cave, that's where I came out of when I shot a Yeti. And then I found a key and used it over in there. So you do not want to go down there, you'll have to come all the way back up again. We need to hop up here, and I'm going to try and get into this building. So yeah, I think if you do drop down, you really do have to go all the way around. I don't think there's another way back up. I could be wrong, but you know, try not to. So looking for this crack in the ledge. There we go, just shimmy along. And inside there will be another gunman. Okay, and he drops a key. So the keyhole for this key is right behind this blocks. Okay, that has dropped this trapdoor right here. Don't worry too much if you fall, it's not too much of a drop. You might take a bit of damage, but I don't think you'll die unless your health is really low. But there we go, don't drop into the water because we are about to grab the second Hand of Sirius. Okay, and back out again. So there's seemingly two ways out. One of them is the quicker way that I'm going to choose to use, but I will show you the alternate way if you fancy doing it that way. So there's a jump switch right up there. So to get to that, you will stand on that slightly raised tile in the corner, do a running jump up to this ledge, and then straight to the jump switch. And then back onto the ledge again. The jump switch will raise up a column. You can see the pattern on the ground just there. That will raise up as a column, allowing you to reach the ladder. But you can just go ahead and reach the ladder anyway. You don't need to do any of that. There we go. Awesome, so to get out of here, just approach the gate and it will open. So in our possession we have the two Hands of Sirius, the gemstones that we can go and use. So now you can slide on down and make your way back there. So through this way, this trapdoor is now closed, but this gate has opened. So we have this blade to try and avoid as well. I do have pretty much a 100% damage avoid strat just here. So make sure you are lined up at the front of this tile space right here under this skylight, I suppose it is. Okay, and I believe I do a 3-step running jump. I don't tend to pay attention. I just go and hope for the best. But I do tend to have it work out for me. So start running from here when the blade is across the path. There we go. You see how easy that was? Like, I just go and it works. But anyway, just climbing up here to pull this lever to open the gate. That's right here. And again, we have another blade. So this one's a little bit trickier because there's a gap. So you need to hop the blade and make sure you jump at the right spot to go over the gap and land on the ledge. If you try and grab the ledge, she won't grab. So this one's a little trickier. Again, it seems like the way to go is when the blade is blocking the path. And there we go, just gun it forward and you will be fine. And slide again, safe slide this time. And we're back in a familiar spot. So I have been here before and I pointed out that is a return path. So here we go, I have returned from that path. So go ahead and use this jump switch. This is timed. Don't forget, forward and to the side together while she is crouched for that animation, and then just in we come. So we're back, and I can use the 2 gems. Oh, they are Hands of Orion, my mistake. I was calling them Hand of Sirius. Okay, so the situation in this room, we need to find 2 cogwheels, place them on the wall just behind me, and they will lower this section to form a bridge, and then I can place the mirror on the pedestal over there and move it all the way across, and then that will turn off the electricity. So really easy, and really easy to find the 2 cogs as well. So straight at the back of the room in this corner. There we go, first cog is through here. And there is a bat. I ran out of ammo. How did this happen? That's fine. That doesn't matter that I'm out of ammo. So there we go, here's the first cog. Okay, climb out just here. Don't worry about the electricity, it won't hurt you. I haven't tried jumping up actually, so maybe don't try that unless you want to save the game and test it. The fire will set you on fire though, so careful of that. So just over here, there's a sneaky crawl space behind these plants. The second cog is inside. I believe it's the cogs that are called Hand of Sirius. There we go, and now let's go and use them. Being careful not to hit the flame. Okay, 1. And 2. Okay, so now I can use the mirror just here, combine it with the mirror stand, or mirror support. There we go, place that there, and it's giving you a hint of what you're doing here, putting it on that tile. So this cage has lowered, allowing access to a jump switch. So preferably you'll want to do the half tile jump. This can be kind of tricky to reach. I don't know why I'm saving it, but I'll do it. I don't really need to save it again. Oops, I veered off, but it's okay. There we go, that stopped the electricity. Sweet! So now let's get out of here and grab that final Eye of Abyss piece. So if you've forgotten where that is just through here, straight across into this room. Awesome, so now let's go ahead and use the pieces and we can end the game. Oh, I got stuck. So combine them together if you haven't already done so. And we can access somewhere else. Ooh, hoo, hoo, yes. That's possibly the idea behind the title, is what I keep telling myself. We are accessing a new area. So here we go. Thank you everyone for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Take it easy.